We reserve a few minutes Sunday morning to suggest news or trends out in the world that seem to be predicted by our literal futurist reading of the Bible. We're always careful to use recognized, reliable sources. There's just too much sensationalism regarding the Bible and prophecy, and there's so much good stuff there, we don't really need to go out on a limb and make anything up or be belittled for it. We're not saying that the things we report are the fulfillment of prophecy. They're just things that you would expect after reading the Bible. So the Bible predicts a future in which the world is united in a cashless system of commerce. Thus, you would expect the nations of the world to be moving towards cashless economies, and they are. Nearly 20% of the world's population lives in China. I came across an article titled, "Don't Even Try Paying in Cash in China." Here's some excerpts. It's hard for those of us who live outside of China to grasp how paying for everything has gone digital in that country, writes the New York Times. Most businesses there, from the fanciest hotels to roadside fruit stands, display a QR code that people scan with a smartphone camera to pay with China's dominant digital payment apps. Paying by app is so much the norm that taxi drivers might curse at you for handing them cash. A cashless world economy implies global government. And that's something else predicted in the revelation of Jesus Christ. Are we moving in that direction? We sure are. How many of you have heard of something called the Great Reset? Raise your hand if you've heard of that. A few of you. It's a plan being seriously suggested by real world leaders to radically change the status quo in our world. It involves the United Nations and the World Economic Forum. They want to take advantage of the COVID-19 panic to, in their words, restart the world. Following is from an article about this. At a virtual meeting earlier in June, hosted by the World Economic Forum, some of the planet's most powerful business leaders, government officials, and activists announced a proposal to reset the global economy. Instead of traditional capitalism, the high-profile group said the world should adopt more socialist policies, such as wealth tax, additional regulation, and massive Green New Deal-like government programs. Every country, from the United States to China, must participate, and every industry, from oil and gas to tech, must be transformed, wrote Klaus Schwab, the founder and executive chairman of the World Economic Forum. In short, we need a great reset of capitalism. Schwab also said that all aspects of our societies and economies must be revamped, from education to social contracts and working conditions. Joining Schwab at the WEF event was Prince Charles, one of the primary proponents of the Great Reset, Gina Gabanath, the chief economist at the International Monetary Fund, Antonio Guterres, the Secretary General of the United Nations, and CEOs and presidents of major international corporations such as Microsoft and BP. One of the main themes of this June meeting was that the coronavirus pandemic has created an important opportunity, as they put it, for many of the World Economic Forum's members to enact their radical transformation of capitalism, which they acknowledged would likely not have been made possible without the pandemic. We have a golden opportunity to see something good from this crisis. Its unprecedented shockwaves may well make people more receptive to big visions of change, said Prince Charles at the meeting, adding later, "It is an opportunity we have never had before and may never have again." You know, a lot of times you get accused of being a conspiracy theorist because you say maybe there's more going on. In this case, there really is a conspiracy. Not that the pandemic isn't real or anything like that, but these guys they're on record as saying the world is all shook up right now, so let's take advantage of that to push forward our agenda in a way that people will accept because they never would before. Because they had too much freedom, they had too much privacy, but now we can reshape the world the way that we want it to be. And it's going to be a global world, just like the Bible predicts. We believe the resurrection and rapture of the church is an imminent event. It could happen at any moment. Nothing needs to happen before it happens, and it will definitely happen before the Great Tribulation. Jesus is going to return in the clouds. He'll raise the dead in Christ. He'll transform the bodies of living believers into glorified resurrection bodies. We all join him in heaven, while the earth endures one final 7-year campaign of severe evangelism as the Lord is seeking to bring men to himself. Are you ready for the rapture? If not, get ready and stay ready and keep looking up. Ready or not, Jesus is coming.